Hi there, it's Audrey, Stitchy Witch 42. It is Monday, October 9th, and I didn't do a video last week. I didn't do a video last week because last Monday I was so close to finishing the stitching on my witch's book. And I wanted to have it completed before I showed anybody it. So I decided that I was going to go down to a high school pharmacy here in town, and I was going to pick up the things that I would need to complete the book when the stitching was done. And if you don't know what a high school pharmacy is, it's a little drugstore, a little variety store. But we have that here in town, and that's where I go and buy my DMC threads because they have them all, and I like that. So I had taken my book off of the Q-snap. I stuck it in my plastic bag. I had my flosses with me. I headed off to high school pharmacy to look for fabric to add to the top and the bottom of the design so that I can put it on my journal. I have to tell you right from the start that this whole project, I haven't had a clue what I'm doing, which is why I didn't have fabric big enough to do what I wanted to do. And I'm having to go this route, but it's all kind of come together magically. Anyway, so I'm at high school pharmacy and I'm looking around, and they have a sewing area. And most of the fabrics that they have there are printed cottons and fleeces, and that's not what I wanted. And then I spotted a rack of ribbons, and I went over and I looked at them, and they had a couple of ribbons that were like 1.5 inches wide, and I thought, that's an idea. It's a possibility. I picked up one, and it was, the size was right, the color was wrong. And about this time, one of the salespeople came over and asked if she could help, and I told her what I was doing, and she reached up and she grabbed another one. So I turned around and I took my project out and I laid it on the counter, and I held this ribbon up that she had handed me, and it almost perfectly matched one of the colors of floss that I had used. DMC 640. This ribbon is spot on. So I decided to go ahead and buy enough of that to add to the top and the bottom of my book cover. And then I went over and I was looking at the fusible interfacing. And I picked up some of that to put on the back of the project. And I also picked up 1/2 inch wide double-sided fusible tape that I thought I could use to add that ribbon to the top and the bottom. So now I've got all my stuff to complete my book, and I headed home, set everything down, have to go check out what's happening on Facebook, and I see that one of my favorite musicians has passed away. Or not, or has, or not, and I cried. Tom Petty passed away on Monday, October 2nd. I love his music, and I absolutely hate the way the media announced it and messed with everybody all day long. I have long thought of news reporters and such as vultures, and I think the Eagles got it right when they did the song Dirty Laundry. I have no respect for any media vulture, and I cried because I lost a musical icon. I cried because of the hell they put his family through that day. It was already hard enough, and they didn't help. So needless to say, the rest of Monday, I wasn't going to be able to focus on finishing my book. I just wasn't. It's a week later and I still want to cry, okay? So Tuesday, I thought that since I have this upcoming meetup with both Michelle Garrett, Bendy Stitchy, and Lisa Smith, Kindred Stitcher, I thought that I would spend a day binge watching to get to know these ladies before I get to meet them. So I started out by watching Kindred Stitcher, Lisa Smith. And I watched her videos in reverse order. So I watched the most current and then I went backwards. And about the third or fourth one back, she talked about meeting this woman at the retreat that had been put on earlier this year by Acorns and Threads, the local LNS. Local needle shop. Yeah. Okay. At my LNS, Acorns and Threads. And she talked about meeting this woman, and then she mentioned her name. And I lost it. I started laughing because the woman she met, Patty McReynolds, is my sister Patty that I have mentioned in every video so far. So yeah, small world. There you go. I got up and I sent her a message through Instagram and I said, hey, you're not going to believe this, and I hope you don't mind, but I had invited her to come and meet up with us too. And Lisa said she was thinking of doing the same thing, so I'm really, really hoping that my sister will be there with us. The only reason that could really bar her from being there is her dog, Doodle. Doodle needs her mom, and unless there's somebody at the house to pay attention to Doodle, Doodle gets in trouble. So hopefully my niece or one of my great nephews will be able to stay home and play with Doodle so that my sister can come with us. But that was Tuesday. Still haven't worked on the book. Wednesday I had to work. I work for a major grocery retail chain. I am a bookkeeper. I've been a bookkeeper for over 26 years and I've worked for this company for 32. And I am finally at the point in my career where I only have to work 3 days a week, and generally I work weekends and Wednesdays. So I had to work Wednesday. But that's okay because Thursday my vacation started. 9 days. 9 days. I have not had a vacation since last December. It's not because I haven't had time to take a vacation. It's just because I don't. I only work 3 days a week. So I kind of forget that I can take a vacation. But I got to the point where I needed it. I needed time away. I needed to unwind and not deal with work. So the first day of my vacation, Thursday, was nice. I didn't get out of my jammies until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I sat and stitched on my doctor, and I watched flosstube, and I did some housework, and I sat and stitched, and yeah, it was nice. Okay, Friday, I decided that I needed to go to Joann Fabrics in Salem to get one last piece to finish my witch's book. I went to Joann Fabrics to get one $4 roll of washi tape because I thought that I might be able to use that on the inside cover of my witch's book. And they rearranged the whole store. Used to be that when I would walk in, the fabric was on this side, floral was on this side. They switched. It used to be that the craft section was over here. The craft section is now over there. So of course that means I have to wander through the whole store. I have to see where everything is at. I have to check out all the new stuff. I have to find where they've hid the washi tape. and I find projects for little girls. Got granddaughters. So I found these two little kits. They're beads and you cook them and make these designs, and I thought my granddaughters would like that. And then I got stickers for them because Halloween stickers, and you know, if you haven't seen all this stuff back here, this is my Halloween kitchen cabinet that I inherited from my sister Patty. I don't know if I've ever mentioned her before. Anyway, so I got stuff for girls, and then I went over to look at the fabrics, and I ended up buying fabrics to make some new project bags. I don't need new project bags. I have 3, and it's pretty much 2 more than I really need. But I bought fabric to make new project bags, and I'm not going to show you today. So there. I went in to buy one $4 roll of washi tape, and I came out with fabric for project bags, projects for little girls, and the washi tape, and then realized the washi tape is not going to work. So yeah, that's what I did on Friday. Saturday though, Saturday had a lot of fun. Mark, my husband, had a milestone birthday the end of September. And months ago, we planned as a family to go do an escape room. And if you have never heard of that before, or have never done one, heard of it and never done one, go check it out. It was a blast. I booked the whole room because they recommended that children under the age of 12 not be involved with this, but I wanted to have Miss Rowan and Miss Riley, who are 10 and 9, come along with us because I knew that they would have a lot of fun doing this. And so Saturday evening, we drove up to Beaverton. There was 7 of us. The oldest granddaughter didn't go. She went to the coast with her mom. And for an hour, we were locked in a room that looked like a steampunk airship. And we had to find clues, work through clues, and figure out how to escape the room within that hour time period. And we did. It was a blast. The girls loved it. They loved working on the puzzles. My daughter just totally kicked ass. My son and husband were working through things, and my son-in-law Chris and I got together and got stuck working on this puzzle, which we never did complete. I think I was the weak link in the room, but it was fun. And Portland escape rooms, if you're interested in doing something like that, go check them out. If you've never heard of it, never tried it, want to do it, go check them out. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So that brings us up to yesterday. And Mark and I get to spend a day together because, like I said, I work weekends and Wednesdays usually. Mark works for a paving company, and at this time of the year, the only day he has off is Sunday. So Sunday, you got it, he helped me finish my book. I had to wait for him to help me because, like I said, I don't have a clue what I'm doing with this project. It just kind of all came together a bit at a time, no clear path. My witch's magical book of brews and potions. I got the pattern from the elfinforest.etsy.com, and it comes with instructions to make a book cover itself. Their pattern, their suggestion is that you use 40 count linen. I didn't read that part, so I decided to do mine on 28 count even weave, stitching it 2/2. And when I first started it, I just thought that I was going to stitch it all together and then frame it. But as I was stitching it, I kept thinking about their idea of making it into a journal cover, and pretty much I decided that that's what I wanted to do. So on my first video, you saw where I had taken red floss and marked the edges of the top edges, the side edges, and the spine with just a red running stitch so that I could position my patterns, the stitching, in the right spot. And that's what I finished last Monday. So yesterday, Mark helped me to put this together, and I pretty much let him put it together for me because he spent 14 years as a knife maker. He knows how to finish things like that. He made my Hobbit door. He knows how to do things. The man is talented. I told him what I wanted to accomplish, and then I pretty much let him tell me how it was going to be accomplished, because sometimes it's a good thing to listen to your husband, and this was one of them. I took photos of every step that we did. I'm going to try to upload those on Instagram. I'm at StitchyWitch42 on Instagram. And here it is. This is A Witch's Magical Book of Brews and Potions. This is the ribbon that I bought that matches DMC color 640, which is the color that I used in the letters, the capital letters on the words. It's also the same color as in this bottle right here. So, A Witch's Magical Book of Brews and Potions. And then here is the spine. And the back. I used all the called for colors when I stitched this. The only thing I changed was the capital letters. I used the 640 because I liked it better. The color that they had used on their pattern for the capital letters was this turquoise down here, and I just thought that was too bright for what I wanted. The other thing that I changed was the colors of the bubbles. The way they had the bubbles stitched, it was like these two were the same color and those two were the same color and these two are the same, and I didn't like it. So I decided to do random colors because I thought bubbles were more random, you know. But here is my book. It is complete. The inside, I still need to get some bookbinding tape and cover these edges just as added protection. But I think Mark did an absolutely amazing job of finishing this for me, of lining everything up. I think he just did a fabulous job. And what we used to attach this was carpet tape. I never would have thought of using that, but we used carpet tape, and he told me, for those who are interested and might want to try something like this, it's Tuck brand, and there are 3 different types. There is plastic, fabric, and fiberglass. And he said we used the fabric carpet tape. He put it on the book itself first, and then we smoothed out the fabric over it. He did the spine first, and then he did strips of carpet tape down this way, and we slowly smoothed the front on, and then did the same with the back. And it makes it attach really well. I mean, there's no movement in the fabric. He got the edge, the crease, and when you open it, it opens the way it's supposed to. Oh, there's a good shot. You get to see the whole thing. But I finished my book. I think it's absolutely fabulous. I am so excited with how this turned out. I am just really, really tickled that Mark helped me with it. I have had several people ask me about where I got it, what it's called. I don't know what the name of it is. I call it the Witch's Book. But the elfinforest.etsy.com. Their book, if you follow using the fabric that they recommend, and I'm assuming since it's 40 count, it's probably 1/1. Their finished book is 4.5 by 5.25 inches, I think. I use 28 count even weave. And if I had actually planned to make this a book cover, I would have used a larger piece than I did so that I wouldn't have to add the material to the top and the bottom. But I think this finishes the look. I attached this to the even weave using that two-sided fusible tape, and it feels nice. It looks nice, and I have got the best husband in the world. He finished this for me, and I told him, I said, I am so excited about you doing this. I said, you can't see it, but inside I am bouncing up and down like a little girl going goody, 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 because you're finishing my book for me. So, yeah. A Witch's Magical Book of Brews and Potions. So, yeah, it's done. I am excited. I have no idea what I'm going to put in it, but we'll figure that out. The other thing that I've been working on, I told you that I had been lusting over him because I saw everybody else working on him, and I have been watching as people post pictures to McKenna's group on Facebook, and I've been watching people on Instagram post their pictures of the Plague Doctor. And I love that everybody is working on the same thing, but we're all doing it differently. McKenna did all of hers with just the black, and I really liked that, and I decided that's what I wanted to do. And then I was seeing that Pam Reed, Pam's Crafty Corner, she's also doing it all in black, but she's starting at the top and working down. I kind of started in the middle and went down, and I'm coming back up. And then Michelle Garrett, Bendy Stitchy, is doing all the light colors first. And so it's really cool to see how everybody is doing the same thing, and we're all coming at it from different angles. So this is what I've been working on this week. This is my Plague Doctor, and I'm quite happy with where I'm at. The fabric is 14 count Aida from Picture This Plus. The color is called Cyprium, and it looks and feels like a really soft leather. I love this fabric. I'm waiting for some more fabric to come from them. I ordered some for that Christmas in July, and I see that people are posting that they're starting to get their fabrics, and I'm so envious because I ordered 6 different pieces and I want them. I have no idea what I'm going to do with them, but I want them. I need them. It's important. It's important that we feed this addiction, right? So that's it. That's all I have to say to you. Oh, no, it is not. I wanted to say thank you to Kay from Kay's Cross Stitch. She shouted me out as a flooby. I am very pleased to be a flooby. Thank you so much. And I want to say thank you to everybody who has looked at my previous videos, who has commented on my videos, who have subscribed. This is just one wild, crazy trip, and it's a lot of fun. It's a whole lot of nerve-wracking, scary moments while you're videotaping, wondering if the camera is going to fall over, or you're going to say things wrong, or but I'm having fun. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I hope that you like my book. I hope somebody else works on the same thing, and if they do, I want to see what they do, because I think it was a fun project. I think that it is so interesting that we're all doing the same craft, but different things attract us, and we finish them in different ways. And I love watching all these different floss tubes and seeing how people do their craft. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And until next week, maybe? Yeah. I'll see you then. Live long, stitch on. Bye.